All right. Hey there, advanced art students. Today we're going to be starting a new project that's going to be focusing on like tones and values. Okay. Remember, value is when you leave a mark that goes from like light to dark. So if you have a pencil, value is when you start with a light shading and then gradually get darker and darker and darker. This is called a value scale. Okay. So that is basically the only rule on this project. You need to make something that uses value, okay? If you don't have any paint, you can use pencils, okay? If you have watercolors, you can use those. What I'm going to do is I found out this a couple weeks ago, been kind of throwing it around in my head, and we're going to try using coffee, okay? So what I did is I just tore open a K-cup and threw it in here, and there's some coffee. I got to get the grounds out. I mean, you need a filter of some kind. Ah, gross. So I'm going to let this stew for a minute, and we'll get started. All right, so we're going to try using some coffee here, okay? Haven't tried this before. This is weak and lame. All right, so went ahead and I got another type of coffee. This is some leftover stuff in the workroom. It looks a little bit darker. I might just stick with what I got. But if you look at this, once it dries, you can go back over it and add another layer, and it will darken up a bit. So you might want to have two pieces of paper, one to kind of mess around with, see what you can do with it, see how your coffee goes. If you got those Folgers crystals at home, you can use those to make a pretty dark coffee, or so I've read. I just have K-cups, so just make yourself K-cup coffee. Ask your folks first. But this looks like we could do stuff with it. Or if you don't have coffee, you know, maybe you could use tea. Or you can use anything that has color to it. Probably orange juice. You could even probably make something if you got nothing else, but you got onions. You can boil up the onion peels. Yellow onions make a yellow like pigment. Okay, so just kind of mess around, see what you can do. What kind of supplies you got at home? If you got watercolors, use that. You don't need to go through all this work. But let's try and paint a coffee cup using coffee. So I've done maybe 3 to 4 layers on this. Let them dry. I still got a couple of wet spots, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next stuff. Now, this is totally optional. This could be completed as is, but I'm not a big paint person personally. I prefer drawing stuff, so I got some Sharpies, because why not? And I'm sticking with the coffee theme. You can see you got like my browns and my creamer. Perfect. So I'm going to test these out, make sure they'll all work and jive together. But I think this is how I'm just going to add some more, that last layer of detail that I'm wanting and looking for. Oh, that might be the way to go. Yep, call that good. So, again, this is just kind of experiment with painting or watercolors, any kind of liquid substance that you can leave a mark on paper with is fair game. Now, I chose coffee. You guys can like maybe hunt down any kind of drink. I bet soda would probably do something. Ooh, let's test it out. I got a soda right here. So it's kind of like my test paper. Oh yeah, that could totally do something. Well, there you go. So, any kind of liquid, you need to make something that uses value, okay? If you don't have any paint, you can use pencils, okay? If you have watercolors, you can use those. Basically, I'm just looking for you to make something unique and different and interesting. Don't forget to upload your assignment to the Canvas app or email it to me at ncomb@jr2mail.org. Good luck, have fun. Don't forget to go to bit.ly/JMS Art Room.